I'm gonna need Mendeecees to hurry up and come on home and get his mother. She running around here eating hairy fish.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Thanks, guys, for clicking on the video. This is my review for Season 8, Episode 4 of Love and Hip Hop New York. Come on, people. We're just fighting now just to be fighting. Like, seriously, who just goes out and just fights just for the hell of fighting? I guess. There's this whole little situation. Yandy and Mendeecees was at it. You know, it's the same old stupid stuff. He's fussing. She ain't heard from him. She's mad at him for not calling. He ain't calling because of the mess that Judy done told him about Yandy supposedly rubbing oil on somebody and all this. Like he honestly believes that Yandy's going to cheat on him. Really, Mendeecees, stop playing. And anyway, again, I told you, I'm not going to argue with a motherfucker in jail. I'm not going. Why am I arguing with you? Shut up. Shut up and wait on your cigarette money and hash. Anyway, so they got that whole thing going on. So Yandy meets up with Jonathan and Bella. Bella's a friend of Jonathan's. And they get this little thing going. Yandy has a plan. Judy's been messing around with some young dude that there's been pictures, like a couple little risque pictures on Instagram with this little guy. And Judy's still with her husband, supposedly. Later on, Judy says that she left the husband alone and divorced him 6 years ago. Yandy's like, funny, I never heard about that, but I know last Thanksgiving he was at my house cutting turkey. So I don't know about this whole separation, but yeah, whatever. So Yandy ends up going, that's her whole plan. She's going to pop on up on Judy, and that's what she did. She pops up on Judy. Judy's with the little guy. He ain't all that young. He's my age, but you know, he's over there feeding Judy oysters. I'm like, I didn't know what was nastier, the oysters or Judy sucking them. Judy, did you not see that hair hanging on that oyster right before he put it in your mouth and you sucked it down, honey? You sitting up here sucking on hairy fish and carrying on. Ugh. Anyway, Yandy comes and blows up the date, and Judy's telling her basically, yeah, I guess you done told Mendeecees. She's like, no, I haven't, but I'm going to. You blow up my spots, I blow up your spot. And it was just so corny and so contrived. I was like, man, quit playing. So they go through all that. And little guy didn't give a shit. He turned around there right in front of Yandy and started feeding old nasty Judy them nasty oysters. Again, right in her face. I said, okay. Whatever. Weird. Ridiculous. A waste of time. Then we found out that Jonathan actually knows Anais, and they actually used to be friends. And Anais has actually been going around New York spreading rumors about Jonathan, and they broke off friendship before Jonathan started working with K. Michelle. Supposedly, he and Anais were good friends. They used to hang at the gay clubs and all of that together. And they used to do whatever. They were best girlfriends, and they did whatever. Now Anais is spilling the beans about all the things they used to do to people in New York because she's not friends with Jonathan anymore. And you know that's the worst kind of friend in the world that wants to dish your tea after y'all ain't friends no more. Now you're going to tell everything, and you know Anais don't give a shit about nothing. She's just a slut, so it doesn't make a difference. Jonathan has a problem with that. So basically, Bella puts them together to try to squash the situation. Anais comes in there, and I have to tell you, I'm laughing now. We already know. I'm sitting here saying, okay, so Bella is a transsexual, but tell me, why does Anais look more like a transsexual than Bella? If it wasn't for Bella's voice, I'd be like, oh, she's a thick chick. Anais come in there, and Anais got just such a look on her. And her behavior is just so erratic. She's ridiculous. But she came in there, and she's just off the hook. She's off the hook. That was her whole thing. So she's mad. She felt like once Jonathan started being with K. Michelle, oh, he's Hollywood. He's different. He's shady. So she basically wants to knock him down a few pegs. And she didn't deny that she told people stuff, and she said things that she knew were going to be harmful and hurtful, and told them, what the hell, we've done worse than what I told them. She said that they were in an orgy together and that he had sucked her pussy. I said, oh, okay. And she just was going on. But the bad part, she told his family. She said it during a family gathering about him and her participating in an orgy together. So they get together. The two of them are both loud. And they're screaming and yelling at each other. And he's like, I don't want these things out. Stop telling these things. You know, this is just not right. Why are you doing this? You know, he's like, and then you're talking about, I'm Hollywood. No, that wasn't me. That was you. You were a bitch when you were on and popping. You treated me like shit. Had me dragging bags. You just treated me like shit. And all of that. And you were mean to your fans. Now you're trying to make it like that's my image. That's not my image. That was your image. And now you're not popping anymore. And you're swollen. You're jealous. And she didn't deny any of that too much. She just was like, you did go Hollywood. And I was really your friend. She was insinuating like other people like K. Michelle weren't his friends. But I beg to differ. I've never seen K. Michelle ever speak badly about Jonathan at all. She seems to love Jonathan from everything that I could see. You seem like a very petty, nasty bitch. And now y'all aren't friends and he don't deal with you and you trying to take him down like he said. It was a whole mess. I was like, ugh, God. So she ends up basically telling him, you're dead to me. And he was like, hey, good, I'm done with it. He walked off and he left. I was like, oh, God, I'm sure there's going to be more with them, too. Because he's loud and dramatic. Oh, child, when she said that Jonathan has had so much surgery that when he walks by, he smells like plastic. Bitch. I fell out. I said, Lord have mercy. You'd have swore it was two women. They was going back and forth, back and forth. Two women or two real mean fags, honey. I didn't know which was worse. They was carrying on. Carrying on. And again, the poor little Bella sitting over there like, oh, would y'all stop? Y'all are friends. Y'all both have told me that y'all miss each other. And this, that, the other. They're like, girl, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, bitch. They go back for it. They were a mess. They were a mess. I'm sure Mona loved it. But they were a hot mess. Then we're going to talk about Jacquay, Bree, and Sophia, and Graf. Graf is a friend of Jacquay's. And this was so crazy because Sophia is supposedly, her and Jacquay are together. She supposedly lives with Jacquay in his apartment or his house or whatever. But he seemed so happy to see her like he hadn't seen her. I was like, okay, did I miss something? Is this some Mona shit? But whatever. So she hasn't basically told him anything about her doing the video because remember, she's not supposed to be doing videos anymore. So she's holding that from him. She told him nothing about none of the stuff with James R. or any of that. So later on, James R. and Graf are friends. They were out. James R. tells Graf all the shit about Sophia and tells him, oh yeah, she wanted it. She wants the dick. Yeah. And Graf is like, oh gosh, okay. And he's like, but she's supposed to be with Jacquay, with my man Jacquay. And he like, yeah, whatever. But the energy says that she wants this here. I said, okay. Which is true. That's true. And I looked at that Graf. Graf is cute and built up top, but not on the bottom. He got these skinny little legs, and then he knock-kneed, and with these big old feet. I said, oh, damn, Graf. I was like, that's a strange frame going on. But anyway, later on, we get Graf gets together with DJ Self, Snoop, and Jacquay. Child, and then Graf just drops all of it onto Jacquay. So Jaquay finds out all of this, and Snoop and them is like, Snoop was like, oh, no, you need to check her, and you need to check Lame R, because that's what they call him. Instead of James R, they call him Lames R. Need to check him. So I'm like, oh, God. So Jaquay's like, yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to check them both. I'm like, please don't go get beat up, Jaquay, messing around with Sophia. Sophia ain't shit. She's messy. She messy. And I just feel like poor Jaquay is going to mess around and get beat up, all tied up in some bull crap. Messing with her. Let's see what else. Bree. We actually saw Bree looking cute. She looked cute, and she had this really pretty dress on. She went to see her grandma. Her and her grandma has tea together, and then she found out later, grandma had to go back to the hospital. She had a nice scene with her grandma. She was like a completely different person. In this whole episode, she was a completely different person. She wasn't yelling. She wasn't screaming. She acted like she had some sense, and she was dressed decently, and she really looked really cute when she was with her grandma, with her cute little flower dress and stuff. I said, oh, look at that. She still had blue hair, but it was short. Short little blue bob, one blue on one side. She didn't look bad at all. She really looked nice. And it was so funny. I'm going to tell you who she actually put you in mind of when she looking decent. She looks like 7th Streeter when she's looking decent. When she looking crazy, she looked like Bianca. Just ridiculous. Anyway, but she ends up later on, Bree's getting together with Dream Doll, and she wants to talk to Dream Doll about what's going on with her grandma and all of that, and telling her what's going on. And she invited Sophia. Well, Dream Doll waited and was like, oh, she's friends with Mariah and this, that, and the other, and all of this here. The next thing you know, when she comes, Dream Doll just starts throwing shade, and it's all behind the fact that Sophia is actually the ex of Safari. So she literally picked a fight with Sophia, just like she didn't know that there was something really going on, because she had just got that saying, you really look like something's really going on. She's like, yeah, I really have something I want to talk to y'all about, this, that, and the other. She want to talk to her about her grandmother. She knew that, and you literally didn't give a shit. You went and started that fight, and they end up throwing smoothies on each other. Well, shit. Dream Doll threw her smoothie on Sophia, and Sophia tried to throw hers back on Dream Doll, but it ended up getting all on Bree. Just fighting just for the sake of fighting. That Dream Doll ain't nothing but a problem. She's a clown. She's a clown, and she's very not likable. Very not likable. But, so we had that thing go on. James R had a little matchup with Mariah Lynn. They got to going back and forth at each other, calling each other birds, and they was out there feeding the pigeons, and he basically was defending Sophia. He's pretty done with Mariah, and he wants Sophia. That's all it was to it. Last thing, we had a little thing with Carl and Lil Mo. Lil Mo actually sat down with Juju and Snoop earlier, and they gave her some advice. Told her, girl, fuck all that shit you talking about. This shit with the baby and all that. You need to talk to your husband. Y'all need to squash that shit. When it start making its way home, that internet shit is bullshit. Y'all need to squash that shit and get it. Don't let it up in your house. So she's supposed to go talk to Carl. She goes to talk to Carl and comes to tell him she wanted him to take a lie detector test. Hey, he got all defensive. You know why he got defensive? Because Carl seems to be pretty fucking guilty. And Mo seems very confused and unnecessary. Talking about, the internet doesn't want me to trust my husband. No, your husband doesn't seem trustworthy. That's just all some bullshit, but whatever. That's basically it. That's all that went on. It wasn't all that great of an episode. It was just kind of, Anyway, I'll catch up with y'all next Monday. All right, later.